Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today's date is September 7th, 2024. I'm your host, you know who, coming to you from Babylon, ground zero for the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse. 2 minutes to midnight before the shit hits the fan, before the lights go out. Seeing the warning signs and the writing and the graffiti all at once on the wall. As the people get turned against each other, as they go deeper and deeper into their TikTok addiction, as they go deeper and deeper into their addiction for things outside of themselves, as people again continue to go into the next level of consumeristic generation and slavery, where everything about their value system and how they perceive others based on how much money they make and what they're going to get, and what they're going to get, everything dopamine pleasures based on worshiping cell phones, staring at screens, and ignoring everything about the human species, and millions of people being wiped off the face of the earth forever, straight up out of a Megadeth song happening all around you, and everybody ignoring in real time everything that is happening, right? As if they are gods themselves. So get ready. Get ready. Get ready for my 20, 30, 40 years of warning. How many lifetimes have I been warning humanity? How long has this been going on? And here we are after the total solar eclipse, and I warned people, I told people, you're going to start to see changes in behavior. You're going to start to see more violence. You're going to start to see more human trafficking. You're going to start to see more wars and rumors of war. You're going to start to see more of this, and the people are just getting nasty. And they don't even understand when they are getting information for free by me over and over and over again that they do not have to pay for. And then people need to understand, you need to read information. Okay? You need to read things. I'm going to have to become an author. I'm going to have to take time off of YouTube. But right now, I have a strike. I just got a strike on my other YouTube channel. Okay, 2025 countdown for restreaming copyrighted content. I believe that some of it's okay with some songs, but it's the movie clips that gets me. And so I was going to focus on that channel, not this channel, because this channel, the authorities, the controllers, the rulers of the system, they unsubscribe people. Every month there's 100 people unsubscribe. And yet there's people finding the channel all the time at random. They just randomly unsubscribe people. And so it seems like the classic people that like the channel, they get unsubbed. And then random people find it in which they're not really ready for the content. They're just maybe seeing the keyword or hashtag, and the hashtag by itself does not necessarily mean that they're going to understand the content or like the diverse amount of information here. So you need to understand that I'm going to be reporting on this path towards this conflict, but people are going to be led in this worship direction. I'm telling you in advance of Russia, of certain political leaders. I won't attack Trump, right? But I'm not going to get behind the Trump train. Never did want to get behind any political train. It was easy for me to predict him as the president in 2016 because it was easy to see that the system was really pushing him in a way. It was really pushing the divide, and it's going to control this whole civil war thing. There's not going to be any real civil war. It's all a psychological thing. I was right years ago when I said you don't have to play a role in this stage-managed civil war scenario. So now I'll play to you the music that's been playing in my ear since I've been ranting. But yes, return to the hero. Think about it. Sear it in your mind. Return to the hero. Years and years of me giving information on psychic self-defense. Years and years of me giving information on the mind parasites. Let's go there now. Years and years of information warning about China. Years and years of warning about having the bad sex with the wrong people. And then people now are showing up on the channel. Oh, I like you. I like this. And then attacking on the third comment. That behavior is predictable for people to be nice for a few minutes and then to mishear something. And I'm telling you, that's mind control. Many of you don't realize when you're coming under mind control when you're watching YouTube. You think it's just you in your head. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not the belief system I have at all. I believe that you just sitting there in the matrix. Good morning. And thank you for letting me know when they bump me off the air. But I believe I'm allowed to play this. I'm on punishment for 7 days. Over a 2025 countdown. I need to focus on World War III news. No more Punte. Cease and desist. Mr. Ansary. If you know what's good for you, cease and desist and get back to the geopolitical warnings about the future. Solar activity. Solar flare activity. Aurora Borealis seen in all 50 states. A warning of things to come. This is the end. Beautiful friend. This is the end. Clive Anthony, are you a long-time listener? First-time caller? Long-time listener, first-time caller? Long-time listener, first-time caller? Where is the light? Where is the positivity? Where are the good men and women saving the day from the dragon's teeth? Where are the top men on the planet warning you of exactly how to get out of the caves that we are in? How many people are laughing as we see the drills now in China, in the South China Sea, in Taiwan? How many are going to be laughing in 2030, in 2035? How many are going to be laughing when they increase the human trafficking? And I want to thank you, AT. And so I do believe that if I believe with you the power of light, good people will conquer the darkness, then we will do it one video at a time. With the likes, with the positive energy, and this is telepathic. It's not about the likes and the dislikes. And if we have a good mix of the music and what I'm saying, then that's good. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, okay, and I start telling you what's happening. Boom. We're going to get back to it. I'm going to get back to it, guys. Drone attack ignites North Korean missile warehouse in Russia because Spirit's telling me, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing with this, that, and the other. It's time to go to work, kid. It's time to go to work. 9/11's coming in a couple of days. And this is a traumatic time for me. Okay? So here we go. Hi. Thank you. I'm Mr. Vallis. I have incorporated the Vallis superpower summoning of the beam of light as told by me today here at this Starbucks historically, as I show you the Wikipedia page of Philip K. Dick, as I tell you that I tapped into a dead author's consciousness, not seemingly intentionally. I just read the man's book when I left you during COVID in 2020, and I had my own mystical experiences, and I felt a connection with this man. I felt an imparting of consciousness when I looked in the direction of Philip K. Dick, and I watched documentaries on Philip K. Dick in that time. I'm smelling food. I'm hungry. Would you like to go out with me for some teriyaki? Let's have a big teriyaki bonfire. I want to be a different person for a week. I want you to see me in Hawaii with not the pig. I don't know if I would, but the good food, good food, good women, yoga, awesome stuff, bright lights, awesome, and all positivity. I've never been to Hawaii. I would go to Hawaii. I haven't mentioned that. I don't know if it's ideal for the coming world situation. Parts of North California, parts of Oregon, Ashland, Oregon, just staying outside of. Now, I noticed right here, Mr. Man goes inside here. And I'm thinking, oh, great, I got positive energy. He rolls right on up. He rolls right on up. Oh, I got my heart open. Gay man. Now, it's not that I'm attacking gay man. It's that we just need to see a greater shift within our society that, it's very Portland of him. Very Portland of you, sir. But as we are 2 minutes to midnight and we face this geopolitical crisis, you can ask me over email. I was told to get out, I was told to get out by somebody and leave everything. I don't know. We'd have to talk, just see what's, but so we're 8 minutes into this, and my goal is within a 1 hour show to have a lot of content for you. So this is an example of a good intro where I go through introductions, and then, in the next 2 minutes, we'll get started. But basically, I'm going to say my email now, solarstorm333@proton.me. It's solarstorm333@proton.me. As I said in a recent video, I foresee traveling in the future if I have my way, visiting different people, but maybe I should examine outside of America. I thought about Mexico, but I'm actually told that that's not a good situation. And then I know someone whose partner was murdered by the drug cartel in Mexico last week. So we're going to mention a few headlines here. I may go to another location depending. Drone attack ignites North Korea missile warehouse in Russia. I'm just going to go through the different headlines. Trump staffers who got into physical altercation at National Arlington Cemetery. Let's see. Houthi threats in Yemen neutralized by Central Command. Denver is considering proposal to house migrants in elementary school. China is trying to dominate the South China Sea. Increase in hurricanes. Warship is down. A U.S. Navy fighter fired a stealth munition. U.S. responds to Iran sending its missiles. Now, I'm open to getting a moderator once we get more viewership, right? But I'm going to keep the thumbs up, and people will come and go. But I'm telling you that my intention is to go from emotionalism, right, and going on and on and on about life story stuff to like reporting, but not sound like the world is ending, but just thank you. So I'm going to, my goal is to mix information that's factual about the sun, about what's going on with the sun, and then looking at what's happening with society. But I'm going to have to summarize and shorten up the violent stories against women because there's a lot of emotionalism contained there. And there are people watching, listening, unfortunately, women that I don't believe are spiritual, that are misinterpreting my message, and they're actually doing a detriment by having any contact with me and not letting me know what positive things they do think about me. Because when people pass on negative things that they are told about me by their boyfriends, their husbands, their girlfriends, and their wives, they're basically saying to me the Matrix program is close to them, and I really don't need to be that close to people's lives. They really shouldn't be volunteering that information to me. They really should just keep there's also a sun simulator. So you guys, you are a smart bunch that showed up here. So I'm just going to note that you are an early morning hour crowd who likes 8:30. This is a good time, the sunrise. Okay, so I need to continue to do spiritual stuff, but we need to. So what I'm going to do is continue to talk about news, and hopefully it'll get more refined. We'll do the suit and tie stuff, but it's not a matter of me going viral. But I'm telling you right now, I will accept a radio or TV job and cease and assist other content and just report news. I want to show that I do still have it together mentally when I focus my mind to it, and that I'm not all that manic. I just go off the deep end sometimes. I'm a crazy train, like Ozzy says. I'm going off the rails of a crazy train, but I can get it together and suit up and show it, either for a date or reporting. So here we go. Big fireball streaks across skies, seen over 12 U.S. states and Canada. Let's go, 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 go. Fireball streaks across skies, 12 states, Canada. What are we doing over here for? You're over here. Boom, 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 and a boom, boom, boom. There's no need to covet. We're going to go ahead and preview, and we're going to go ahead and do what needs to be done. Okay? Now, this is not going to be a rare thing. This is going to be a regular thing for us to examine MSN, because I've got an app here, basically spies on me, and then it goes, oh, wow, you're talking about this on your podcast. Oh, you definitely want to know more about this. And so there definitely is interface going on. I might as well let you know what it's linking me to or showing me. But it can manipulate. Let me know if we got a good audio. Always let me know if things are good or bad on that end. So we have a conjunction here between the solar events, the fireballs, and the world events. All right.
New video tonight shows.
As I do this more, I'll get faster. Hedge fund turned to a war game plan for a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. A Chinese takeover of Taiwan risks investment there and far beyond. Turned to a tabletop war game to see how the crisis could play out. It made clear a war would swamp tech stops and rattle the global economy. So pause. I don't know, but I know that I need to get back to, like, I don't know what you think, but I think on a cardiovascular level, like I'm talking about endurance, like every other few days, I should be talking 1 hour a day, just straight news. Not relationships, not sex, not orgasms, not fap, no fap, not Latinas running from me at the mall. No, I've just been shut down. God allowed it to happen. No, God allowed it to happen. No, lying too much. No, come over here, back to the main channel. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. Do we need more theme music? We we need to go downtown just for a few minutes to just clear the palate. There's nothing wrong with going downtown and getting pumped up for the fight. But I think that we are in the clear for the synthwave hits. Let's see. Okay, deep breath. Get ready, because you have to really pump up. You have to slap yourself awake to get ready for the boxing match. You have to breathe deeply. We're getting ready for the next round of news. Get ready. Breathe deep and take in that chi. Get ready for that next wave of scary news. You can take it. Vipassana. 60 more seconds, and we'll be back. Pray to God. Okay, now we'll turn up the tempo. Then we'll bring it back down. And then we'll just kind of put an Om on the top of the Sunday. Okay, where were we? Okay, so going back to our tab here. You've seen me discuss the news in the past, but you haven't seen really the modern fall version of the Alex Ansary 2024 edition of Outside the Box News. Well, it's back. Okay. In fact, maybe we have to change the name of the channel again. Do we have to do that? Do we have to just like put them on the glass that I am the man of the earth that's going to report this and just go down with the ship? You know, there's a friend that's given me advice over the years, and it's as simple as this: go down like G's. It's not give up, it's go down like G's. You understand? Like G's. What does that even mean? Go down like G's. Well, it means don't give up, never give up. Don't abandon ship. Keep pushing. Tap water is generally safe to drink, but contamination can occur. There's been a sharp increase in articles about contamination in the water supply. There's been a sharp articles about Russia hacking into the grid and poisoning the water supply, as they will be doing during World War III, as they can probably try to force a situation. And I'm just speaking like this is a very dangerous situation. They got people defending Russia, thinking that Russia's going to save us. You know, we got to like people need to really think about what's going on here. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep my side commentary. So I go to a water filtration system that charges me $1.75 for 5 gallons. And hopefully I'm speaking at just the right rate and clearly and right to the point. No more sex talk. Just straight survival and prepping. Just back to the bunker, seeds and everything, prepper goods, start the online store. That's what this is about, baby. Sales. I'm kidding, folks. That's a joke. But sales, and man, I'm smelling that teriyaki. It's at Chipotle. Chipotle. Hey, I said it's called Chipotle. And then the Chick-fil-A. That's a funky place. I drink water that's reverse osmosis, but it's urban. Okay? Meaning, I don't know when they changed their filters. It's not like a Berkey water filter. When I was off-grid, that was well water in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Now, if anyone wants to meet me in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, or elsewhere, I thought about other counties I won't mention, and now I'm thinking against those counties. I'd like Pagosa Springs, or if you'd like to offer a county, or tell me where you're at, or if you would like to have me interview you at your off-grid retreat and say, it's going to be totally private though, you can't say where it's at, and you just want to make a video, or just have a discussion about something. with people that are mostly nonpartisan. I'm nonpartisan, but I'm going to try not to fight with people politically and not go deep in the political news. So I want to say is that they can hack into our grid basically and affect the water supply. That's what I'm trying to say. So you need to have a backup of water, and you need to figure out exactly how much. Now we're going to go into a new topic. I'm going to new topics that usually take me, if I'm doing this, at home or something, it seems like it takes me longer if I want to make it look like broadcast ready. We're not doing this anymore. We're hitting the wall as far as world events. There's no time to make money from this, to make sales from this. This is go time. This is time to cover a lot of news. And we'll bring people to the channel, and I'll try to be focused. Lawmakers want U.S. to address risk posed by Chinese agricultural drones. And I apologize if the music is distracting. I think it is. This is just a kickoff, okay? We're a few days after the new moon, so we're in a new cycle. And stuff's going to happen soon. So that's why I'm showing you. That's why I'm back in black covering this. I'd like to play a song back in black, but then they'll keep shutting down the channel. Let me just finish the conversation with the chat. I recommend that you also charge your water with the sun. Take your water and a glass container, and we'll charge it with the sun because the sun is powerful. Okay, so I believe in that. I don't have scientific studies to back up anything. That's like a knowing in my heart. Okay. Try to minimize your coffee, increase your supplements. I don't always do what I tell you to do. Okay. Sometimes I make mistakes and I relapse on things that I say are bad behaviors. And I watch Sufi realities and others to life coach me back to spirituality. So I will, still talk to you about spirituality. But again, I am going to really try to minimize certain relationship commentary because I'm afraid it's distracting the people. And I think they really want me focused on this. And I think that we should not fight over some of my commentary on that stuff. But understand, this global conflict is creating the crisis that's going to create the human trafficking threats for women. I'm going to have to constantly keep reminding you of that so you don't forget that that's something that I'm passionate about. But I can't really fix the problem. And getting involved in being angry over personal issues is a distraction. I need to be a Buddha monk mode. I need to be a master of my craft. The people need me to be totally in shape mentally right now, and to not let any of my personal issues deviate me from being the top reporter in the field with regards to this, because this is my moment to shine. And this is the moment that I'm giving you the opportunity to allow me to shine. Okay? And so we have a lot of things that we need to cover. And there's going to be people popping in, there's going to be people popping out that are new to my work. And I'm going to have to take breaks. I'm going to have to take breaks every couple of minutes and play music. So I'm going to be doing this on the fly. So here's what we're going to do. Like, I need to hear music. Like, music is actually therapeutic. Like, I love to rock to music. And so there are actually songs. I'm so good at what I do, right? As far as, I have massive room for improvement. But I'm so good at what I do as far as thinking quickly on my feet. You know what I'm saying? There's a solar flare song that I was going to try to pull up, but there's no way I can find it right now. Just trying to, look up solar flares. So, there's an, I need to build up royalty-free music to play so that we can take breaks from this content. But let's go here now. So there's no audio, but we're going to music in just a moment. So I'm doing this like a real show, and we're not going to get shut down this time. The guy looked back that walked in. I wasn't mean them shutting me down, but YouTube. So with going downtown, the man that I met right around in that same month that he made this video, or same week, I met him. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Are we downtown? Yeah. Are we downtown? Are we downtown? Yeah. In the ghetto, so they really don't know my name. In the ghetto, it's really all quite the same. In the ghetto, there's a lot of nice people there. In the ghetto, you're gonna find me there. In the ghetto, yeah. A lot of nice people there. People die this time, sometimes kill for their underwear. Are we downtown? Are we downtown here? Are we downtown? Are we downtown?
New York has been charged with being an agent for the Chinese government, including allegedly blocking Taiwanese officials from meeting US state counterparts. Prosecutors say Linda Sun worked as a CCP agent in exchange for millions of dollars and lavish gifts from Beijing reps like gourmet duck. Sun allegedly removed references to Taiwan and the persecution of Uyghurs in state communications. She also faces other charges, including visa fraud and money laundering. She has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
Just a message for the controllers, not you. Just a message to the New World Order. Just a message to the archons about to stage World War III. We'll be back to your regular scheduled program. Maybe I'll meet you again one day. We're getting close. Oh, you could send me an email if you want to tell me privately. I've been thinking a lot about the people in the North. These people here in this major city think I'm some sort of ghost. Double take, triple take. What the fuck? This guy's out of his mind. There's something weird about that kid. What's he on? That's it.
I saw my funeral that day. I know who didn't show up more. My judgment was life and hell. Pillars of pain and thorns. My only friend is a goat. 666 between his horns.
No, not us. Not us. Okay, switching. Thank you for your Thank you for your patience. We're going to keep the music short and to the point. We have to break up the intensity of the news. Thank you for those of you that are arriving for this moment.
Technology, as much as most of the first world is today, your first answer
I'm going to be doing
I
more
would just start
to
looking at my
educate you about
phone.
world events and
But what if
doing
that
side talk
option was off
less.
the table? We are now dependent on electricity more than ever, and it is a part of our daily
talk about the
lives in
Colorado
almost
news.
every little detail. The light in our house, the elevators we ride,
But we
the
won't
food we cook
talk about
wouldn't
Portland
be
too
possible
much, and we
without
won't
power.
exploit
Even the
Costa
vehicles
County.
we use are expected to be replaced by
I'm
their
not at
electric
war ever
counterparts.
with that county.
All of these make you think,
In fact, I'll even
what
take
would
down the
happen
videos
if we
again.
didn't have electricity?
You know, the thing is,
For a long time.
we don't need everybody in the whole
This
world. It
is
wasn't
Imagine
about
That.
saving the world.
And today we are going to imagine
Let's
what
talk
would
about it real
happen
quick. Somebody came
if
in.
all electricity went out.
I don't believe that the whole world deserves to even know about places like that. And the reason I didn't talk about Pagosa Springs, just so people know, is because I didn't want to repeat the mistakes. I didn't want to promote a county to live off grid for random people to come. And when I started living off grid, I had no idea that some people were about the meth problem. I was naive and young and dumb and full of blah, blah, blah. And I was also traumatized from being homeless. So I was just on a mission to just live off grid, pro off grid. But now that I'm older, I'm 44, I'm not 36. I regret certain actions in Costilla County. And I wish I'm not like in support of what they do, but I've been told that there's aspects of them that are okay folk over there in Canales, in Costilla. And what they've been doing, this is what I told people, my Hispanic friends behind the scenes. They were just trying to protect what's theirs from outsiders trying to, I'm sorry, I'm not on their side. They're not on my side. It's that I see things from a non-extremist point of view. I believe in people having the right to live on their own land also. I believe in both sides, but don't destroy the land. Don't harm the land. Don't bring toxic batteries. Don't harm little girls. Don't harm little kids. You know, so there are some off-gridders. There are criminals. And because I was just like, I'm protecting everybody, blah, blah, blah. So I'm telling you behind the scenes, I'm telling you right now, I want to come back. I'm poor, but I'm not so poor that we'll just talk behind the scenes. But I'm feeling the calling from God to start traveling up north again. 4, spirituality. I'm going to be writing a book about my life. So I'll be wherever, if someone takes me in, I want to be like alone in like a cave for like 3 or 4 hours where I'm like a nerd and write at the coffee shop. Then maybe a few hours of socialization that I go to my man cave when I create one out of a pop-up tent. That's what my vision is, to have a decent car with AAA, right? To travel around and be a more mature guest and to get along with men and women and couples and for people to know what my issues are and for that to be transparency and for me not to visit people, you know, in which we don't get to know each other super. So that's enough on that. We're going to be back to that. Yeah, and then so I feel a spiritual calling. I feel that I prayed for God to give me the solutions. You know what I mean? To give me the solutions, and I prayed to fix the problem with my friend. And we're not going to fight, but I could see it right now. If I don't know if you've been watching the videos, JD, at 2025 Countdown. If you would like to, I have a side YouTube channel, and they just shut me down over there for using copyrighted content. So basically, I've been talking about local, which is a predominantly Hispanic community, and the stuff in the news, and covering the context of crime increasing against women, and then with the solar flares and stuff. There was a story of a woman shot in the face by her ex, and it was happening right at a moment in which I'm seeing a lot of intensity. So I draw conclusions and I extrapolate that this is a very intense time. And I believe that I am meant to be right now speaking by the freeway. If you're wondering where I am, I'm by a freeway. And these freeways, I'm speaking a lot by freeways. Okay. And this is a freeway place or a place in which there are millions and millions of people. Okay. And it's in the top 20 large cities of the United States, top 20, maybe top 10. But it's a large city in the United States. And so I've been absorbing, like my friend's kind of psychic who's Hispanic, who I live with. So I haven't really learned more about the Latina culture, but I've come to appreciate it more and realize why. I'm going to get back to World War III news. This need to be said. I was spiritually drawn to be around Hispanics. I was never racist to Hispanics. And I feel that I should have expressed myself. I should have had more. And through my friend, and through the beauty of the women here, call it lust, call it what you will, my desire to save them all. I see them as really sexy and attractive, Latinas, to a point where I really want to know country bumpkin, if I can, Latinas. I shouldn't say things like that. But I remember, I won't say the word lusting, because I don't remember thinking about her like that, a very attractive woman who worked for the police department in Costilla County. She was called on me by that guy in the Rio Grande Ranchos who was bothering me because I was staying in that yurt, and they didn't harass me. Furthermore, I talked to somebody else and others. Not everybody who stayed off grid in Costia County was ran off their land. Not everybody stayed in touch with me. Very few people stayed in touch with me because I'm a spicy character. You know what I mean? I'm a complicated person. Not everybody was kicked off their land, is what I am here to tell you. But it is still complicated and rough to live that way of life. But I'm telling you, let's go back to the news. The energy is really high right now. So I appreciate the comments. It's really keeping me going. And again, I'm going to try to go from talking and ranting to shutting up. Because, you know, if I talk like this to real people in real life, you know, when I'm in the room with you, it's intense. It's not like watching me on video, which is why I'm a hermit.
Before we start getting into the topic, we need to set some ground rules.
People,
How
I
a
have to
global
go
blackout
in
would
an
play
instant
out would
mode.
depend on what caused the blackout in the first
But at this
place.
point, hopefully I'm not
Did all
overriding
power
you
stations stop
with stuff.
working due to a natural disaster all of a sudden? In this scenario, we are going to assume that an EMP-like
So we're going to
weapon
take a
went
talk
off
break.
on Earth and took out all power and electric devices. Let's say such an event happened, and a weapon the likes of which we have never seen before went off on Earth. What would be the first effects?
Electromagnetic pulse attack, which would literally destroy the country's capacity to function.
If the power crisis in Venezuela in 2019 has taught us anything, it is that the modern world is not prepared for long-term power outages. It is the most recent example that we can use as a frame of reference to speculate on how such an event would affect us. As it turns out, some members of our society depend on electricity in less superficial.
Okay, break. We need a break.
John Neon Knox was a race car driver. His family was murdered for a race he was destined to lose, but chose to win. Now, he is searching for the metal shadow in the moonless night to find a faceless killer and a reason to live.
It's unique for a show, huh? Meditation breaks between news? Who does that? Who just makes that up on the fly, under the sun? Preparing for the fight. Preparing to meet on the mountain to meet the army. That's right, baby. You feel the power. You must run from it now. For I am the identifier of evil. You will receive the clearing and the gnosis before all is said and done, if you choose to watch this channel. Okay, let's get back to the invasion of America by Chinese troops. Just kidding. Thank you very much. Was there a Chinese agent working in the New York governor's office? Linda Sun is the name. Immigrated at 18 years old from China. 2 decades later, now 40, arrested this week on charges acting as an agent on behalf of China from her. What? You see, when I read stuff, reading to you is not the same thing as me absorbing the info, then having thoughts about it and responding to it. So I just have to go, like, look at this, play music. They got millions in kickbacks, meaning you can read it. They have a home worth over $3 million. And we've got more. Fugitive mayor accused of spying for China faces legal reckoning after weeks. On the run. What? Young woman groped by lawmakers in the Philippines for hours at a time about her original story. What is her real name? Age? Who are her parents? Where did she grow up? The official inquiry into this woman, disgraced former mayor of a small town not far from the capital, Manila. Is she a sleeper agent for China? The article asks. An accusation in a country that has seen a tension with its giant neighbor soar, along with multiple confrontations in the South China Sea. In July, she left the country and went on the run across Southeast Asia in a marathon. Just kidding. This week, the authorities, the archons, caught up with her. On Friday, the former mayor was extradited from Indonesia to the Philippines. I'm kidding, not the archons. There's a godly purpose for authorities to keep evil in check. It's too bad they don't have prisons on our planet that actually reform rather than break people down and create a much worse situation for people to be in. Okay. We're going to continue our reporting here. We're going to go back to music. We're going to be going back and forth, but my goal is to not overdo the music or news. Okay. And side commentary, music videos, the mindset of the doomsday preppers, how and why they're prepared. Storms dump up to 9 inches of rain in Tampa since Sunday. Terminator-style robots to be used to train soldiers. So I have to go through this process to bring it up each time. Let's see how this, and we are in business. Terminator-style robots to be used to train soldiers. And I was playing a clip from Terminator the other day, basically speaking over the clip to where he's talking to Sarah Connor. And he's holding Sarah Connor in the car. And he's like, look, bitch. He's coming to kill you. The Terminators. Motherfucker. For the future. Listen to me. Folks, that's like me right now. That's like, hey, lady, I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. When the money goes away, the number one commodity, we all know what that is when money goes away. Are you tapped into biology or not? That's what's coming. So what I'm talking about isn't new. Okay, and so now we're going to go to that theme song using clips from the Terminator movie. The album is Perpetuator. In fact, Stand Up and Shout, though, we can just, AI will speak to us sometimes and go, this needs to be heard. Just for a minute, and only just 1 minute to contemplate what this means for the ongoing zombie apocalypse. And are you ready to stand up and shout? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? That was a question.
It's the same old song. You gotta be somewhere at some time, and they never let you fly. It's like broken glass. You get cut before you see it. So open up your eyes. You've got desire, so let it out. You've got the power. Stand up and shout.
Are you ready?
Stand up and shout.
The lights out. And the next lockdown. Be blamed on your political enemy. Be blamed on your team, their team, any team.
Only seem to crawl. You've been nailed to the wheel, but never really turning. You know you've got to want it all.
As the dyed hair, blued hair, cell phone mafia comes our way.
So let it out. You got the power. Stand up and shout.
Stand up and text. Stand up and text. Stand up and text. Step up and text. Did it say stand up and text? Huh? Stand up and shout. And now, our feature presentation. Space Knife. Solar Flare. Pumping up with the solar flares. As the storms come into our planet, what grand solar minimum? What solar minimum? More like solar maximum on steroids. Can you feel the power?
When your ship gets torn apart,
Welcome,
find
Jason.
yourself lost in the dark. Far from the sun you couldn't see. I wish you waited for me. Drifting in space, lost without a trace. You see my ship leave hyperspace. Now come aboard, there's much to see. I say, let's go. You can survive here on your own. So follow if you dare. Here it comes, my solar flare. Our destination is beyond the stars. When you're with me, nothing's too far. I need to show you what I've seen. The vastness of space you won't believe. Thrusting through space, lost without a trace. I pull my ship from hyperspace. Now take my hand, there's much to.
And that's real quick. A solar sail is circling Earth, whatever that is. I don't know, and I don't have to know what it is to report on the news. So this is going to be typical for me to stop and go. Stop, drop, and run and go. And I hope to hold your attention. Where are we? What page are we on? What day is it? Where's the music? Where are we? What am I looking at? I have no idea. But this seems to be significant. And this is what you want. You don't want me saying I know everything about the solar flares, but keeping you up to date with the latest scientific discoveries of the fireballs falling over or flying over multiple states, the aurora borealis, signs of war. I was telling you this earlier this year, when I went on Coast to Coast AM. Adolf Hitler looking at the aurora borealis is like, Poland, let's kill. It's time for war. And now the aurora borealis. So keep yourself in check. Don't get involved overly in sexual things, X-rated content, alcohol, drugs, drink, or even working out too much, right? Keep your mind on the prize, okay? And
if they can decide who dies, Nox decides who lives.
Typhoon, and it's called Typhoon Yagi, makes landfall on the Chinese island province of Hainan.
going to be faster
The
style broadcast.
country's meteorological service recorded winds of around 245 kilometres an hour near its centre. The weather system has doubled in strength since it moved across the Philippines and killed 16 people at the beginning of the week. Yagi registered as the world's second.
We're going to go back to some news right now. Terminator robots. Georgia Tech in China partnerships following concerns over military ties. I'm going to go fast, but I'm going to try not to go too fast. Georgia Tech to end China partnerships following concerns over military ties. Say it ain't so, Sam. Oh, seriously, say it ain't so. Oh, man. For real? Okay. Deep breath. Here we go. Back Jack, do it again. Georgia Tech is ending its research and educational partnerships in the Chinese cities of Tianjin and Shenzhen. Connected to the Chinese military. House of Reps wrote a letter to Georgia Tech asking for details on its research. They were added in 2020. You know, I took a lot of time off from reading World War III news for my mental health, but now it's time for me to stop obsessing on
lowering military
we want people,
tensions.
places, and things
Alex
to do
Hogan
my
has
job,
the message
man.
from Beijing
Not
that
my
amid
job.
military
I'm
drills
gonna
in
do
the
my job
Pacific.
right now.
The U.S. military is turning its attention back to the Pacific. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan visiting
Not the only
Beijing
thing
on
I'll talk
Thursday,
about. I got to go
holding
hardcore
rare
on this for a
meetings with
while,
his
man.
Chinese counterpart and President Xi Jinping. The Chinese officials issuing
hit
a
the
new
World War
warning,
III bat.
telling
Boom,
the
boom, boom,
U.S.
boom,
to
boom.
stop supplying weapons and tactical support to Taiwan, and also discuss China's recent naval actions in the South China Sea, which some regional allies say is part of a broader Chinese plan to dominate the region.
I did raise our concerns about some of the destabilizing actions that have taken place, including the ramming of Coast Guard vessels and unsafe intercepts.
But both sides are also stressing these meetings were aimed at easing tensions that have escalated in recent months. And Sullivan reportedly discussed the possibility of a meeting between Xi and President Biden at the G20 summit later this year.
In this changing and turbulent world, countries need solidarity and coordination, not division or confrontation.
At the same time, the Chinese military kicked off a new series of live fire drills, and the commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet met with his counterpart in Manila, promising a quick response if China's provocations turn violent.
We certainly have prepared a range of options.
On Monday, thousands of service members from the U.S. and 9 other countries
Drone footage of Chinese rocket launched a Yagon 30 satellite. All right. Oh, you think you're pretty hot, huh? Oh, look at you. All erect and powerful and whoop-de-dippy-doo. Look at those men with their missiles, the feminists say. Oh, we didn't build them. What, you think I built it? Projection. This is like an alien program. The alien overlords masterminding this. Ain't no Trump Biden gonna save your ass from what's coming. Only God can do that. Who you run to? When it all goes down, who will you run to when it all manifests, begins to happen? Without warning at all. We really shouldn't do this more than a few times, but when Rome is burning and you want to push the limit, you're kicked off of one channel, let's fuck with the next one. Oh yeah, let's just get everything just shut down. Sarah coming down from stage 2. She just got here from America and she's new in Hong Kong. Yeah, we hired her via TikTok to come to China. Just like that, we're off to the races. Avoiding the shadow banning ninjas. That's right. We have some of the masters in their planes, but we don't want them to get a little excited and just protecting random people out there. We need them to help us with the report and bringing to us the people that have been in my audience for a long time, waiting for the focused reporting to come back for the day in which the, you know what, is hitting the fan. Elon Musk, I'm not a big fan of him. I see him as a part of the agenda and a stool pigeon. But there are things that he says that I agree with. But just because there are people that agree with us, or are nice to us, give us money, or pay for our scientific projects, there are all kinds of people in the government that pay with money for people's scientific projects just to co-opt them. So it's all set up for us to be dependent. It's all set up for us to be dependent. I saw somebody take back that like. That must have been that question. Who will you run to when it all comes down? We worked all the way up to 7, or was it 7 viewers? We'll get there. We'll get there. But who will you run to when it all goes down? Who will you run to when it all goes down? Did you know something? He sells, but who's buying? Really? Yeah, I'm serious. He sells, but who's buying? People want to talk about peace, war, and being woke, and let's do this, and let's do that. It's really just a whole lot of talk, to be frank. When it comes down, you've got a zombie apocalypse on your hands, brothers and sisters. So you best understand what I'm trying to tell you here. Talk to one every day. I switched the video. Better, huh? I can improve the cooking. Give me a little bit more spice, flair. This is the news. Ooh. Burn. I'm going to do a summary. I started covering this stuff a long time ago. My perspective, how there is manipulation over the conspiracy theory movement. I am someone that is seen as a conspiracy theorist. And so I have attracted people to my content over the years that have had conspiracy viewpoints from other people. I'm not here to attack the same people like I did in the past or to fight. We have a lot in common. we basically, I wouldn't say join forces because we have different energies and not everybody's dealt with their evil side. And I've already addressed those things in the past, right? But these things will continue to have infiltration of the alternative media. At the same time, you can't trust everything from NPR. So you have to look at the news with a nonpartisan lens. Take the information that is relevant and leave the rest. But to say that there isn't anything going on from Russia, oh, there's a lot. I've been observing it for years. I've been exposing it for years. I've been exposing as far back as 2012, 2013. I've integrated Facebook, completely taken over Facebook. Made it really easy on Facebook to spread news and see what they did to my own account. I used to reach a massive amount of people. And once they know who you are, once they know you have gnosis and they know that you have prophetic knowledge like me, who Russia Today canceled their interview request with me in 2012 for a reason. Her name was Liz Wall. She quit Russia Today. She invited me on Russia Today. And I told her, instead of talking about transhumanism, we're going to talk about World War III and the plans for war between China and Russia. China and Russia on one side and the United States on the other. Like, that is the plan. Okay? And so she didn't want to talk about that. And that's creepy when you're talking to nefarious forces that you know in spirit are propaganda outlets. So this is something that people need to know right up front. They're coming to this channel. We're just going to scan this. We're going to go and go. I've got the energy. I've always disliked Tim Pool, but I've always liked a lot of his content, but always felt that it was very controlled and contrived. And so I've always steered away from things a left-right paradigm. And there are many right now that I would say believe that they're outside the left-right paradigm, but are not. And then what's going on with the propaganda wars is very sophisticated to keep us in the left-right divide. Okay, Jason, I see you retracted your message. Hopefully I didn't offend you, but I'm going to offend people with the truth. But people sometimes mishear what I'm saying, and then sometimes I rush a judgment. So sometimes I might need to have comments shut down if I'm distracted. Some people don't know why comments are shut down. Sometimes it's a distraction from actually doing the reporting. So I actually have a lot to manage here. There's thinking about what I'm going to say, and then there's bringing up the next article. And right now the energy is moving pretty strongly. We're going to return to this just temporarily. So on the day of this missile attack, which was several days ago, basically it looks like it was a significant event that killed about 50 people, injured scores of others in the latest in a series of devastating bombardments of Ukraine. So deep breath. I'm going to start slowly covering the escalation of the Ukraine-U.S.-Russia war, which I have not been covering. I have been covering, again, relationships, off-grid living, personal updates, mental health, being whisked away, being falsely accused of being suicidal when I wasn't, all from stress of me being aware of these events that I've warned about for years are happening. So I go through extraordinary stress that your average therapist or AA group or MA group has no. I went to an MA group the other day thinking MA was my issue. said, you know what? The real issue is what's coming, our screen addiction, not the marijuana. It's the lives that we're living. And I hung up on them and got me some. And you know what it is, we need to be clear what the issue is. Sure, we need to take our breaks, work out, go to the gym, fast, pray, detox. But the issue isn't necessarily all this little stuff. It's the world we're living in. It's the matrix. We're at 6 viewers with 6 likes. We want to get it to 7 likes, 8, and then build from there. We want to build the channel. And by this time next year, maybe we can have some serious activity, but maybe that's not necessary. What is important is that people get the warning while there's time and make the proper decisions. You go to 2025 countdown and then watch the videos. You watch the videos with Sufi Realities, where we're talking about, and we're watching the videos from Sufi Realities, and he's giving his perspective from a Sufi spiritual, metaphysical perspective on the regions of the earth that will be protected by God and the regions of the earth that will be punished by God. This area is guaranteed to be punished by God severely. This area of all places is going to be struck down by God of all places. So I've got to leave in the next month or two. If I come back, fine. But I'm going to start traveling around the areas that I know are safe, that I've already been shown. And I showed you. That's why I told you about Pagosa Springs. I told you they were kicking people off their land in Colorado, that they weren't having compassion for the day in which people would be fleeing the West Coast and the East Coast. So even if I don't have money and I don't have equity, I'm not going to be, we can be entrapped. Let's go back to the news, by materialism and being rich and having money. We can be entrapped to environments and jobs, occupations, marriages, and everything. And that's what I've been talking about for years. We've been described since the 1950s and 60s as a spoiled generation. So the surplus of money and debt that our forefathers, my grandfather included, inherited so much land and wealth after World War II. My grandfather and I, we were on 40 acres in Oregon before there. So it's like we have become a death of the farm society. And so it's like this, it's the nightmare of Philip K. Dick, the famous author. You can find his books at the bookstore. He foresaw this day of, now people are lost. Now they're not going to go to the website. They're not going to go. And so when I tell people about the human trafficking warning, when I tell people are advertising what I'm telling people are effing evil in this society. They don't realize that there's human trafficking. They don't realize that I'm a prophet. They don't realize I can predict the things that are happening in real time. I can predict the news in this town. The news that ends up in the town, I tell you about the day before at 2025 countdown on YouTube. So I know I'm in Satan's favorite place on the earth. When these people don't even realize I'm right, they're walking around attracting people to them. When this stuff is in the news manifesting, they think you're a Muslim or something. If you're telling them to be modest in this society, they think you're a damn bad person. If they're telling you that these things are happening, look at the news. Human trafficking will explode in the next 3 years because of these adult websites that they're allowing these people to watch. These people are evil that are here that don't have the gusto to recognize that evil is taking place. So what's wrong? I just gave that to a family. You understand? You understand how real this is getting? I just gave that to a mother of children. She was already listening. Now comes the booty shorts. Out the booty shorts. And you know what? It's time. There's reason why men on the planet are offering themselves. We're not going to do that. But there's a reason why he made the song. There's a message in that song, of truth in that song from Dave Mustaine. Pause.
Don't remember where I was.
I just gave a rant. And they slowed down to hear everything I was saying. Yeah, take the picture. I won't even look you in the eyes. Horrible people. Yeah, that lady rolled up for the message. Oh my God. Run, dude. Leave right now. Last song, The Dance Kids. We'll be back with more. That speech was given to a family. This shit's getting real, folks. People that hate me have no idea what's going on inside the man parasites inside them. The mind parasites inside them. Get clean now. You could have had me reporting for 3.5 years, but the evil of 2019 sent me packing. The evil of 2020 sent me packing. Are we going to repeat the same mistakes?
My body's gone fast. Tout le monde, tout mes amis, je vous aime, je dois partir.
In fact,
These are the last words I'll ever speak.
we had 2 people drop.
Set me free.
We depressed them. We depressed them. I'm sorry.
But still alive.
Please accept my please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Amen. In Jesus' name. You're gonna win. Dad's coming home. It's the return of the solar hero. We're gonna bust you out of prison tonight. It's going down. We're gonna win. Bad man go down. Knockout punch. You're gonna win. America's gonna win. And the enemies of the good men and women around the world are gonna pay before the Creator on Judgment Day. The good men and women are gonna prevail. And the bad parents and the bad fathers and the bad mothers are gonna be on notice. They are gonna be sent by the Creator to hear my voice when I'm ranting like a madman. Outside their coffee shops, outside their bars, outside their strip clubs, well, outside their grocery stores, outside their place of business, outside their car shows. There will be me telling them in these last days, can't get you out of my mind. You slaves of the new world order, can't get you out of my mind. You slaves of the new world order, can't get you out of my mind. You slaves of the new world order, can't get you out of my mind. And for years, asking God to send me an angel, but it never happened, never got the phone call. It was as if I was meant to be shown one truth and one truth only. I am to walk this journey alone. One, 4, 4. See it on your forehead and reach to the stars because it's go time. The visions of Leon Legant are manifesting. 4th horse rising, baby. Is this the end or the beginning? I'll tell you, whatever your local establishment is telling you, it's probably the opposite. You understand? This is not a wonderful time to bask in the sun, show that ass in those booty shorts at the age of 9, 10, 11, 12. This is not the time for these types of things. This is the apocalypse. This is the end of a cycle in time. This is the approach of a supernova. This is the end of a carefree way of life. This is the emergence of solar cycle 25 and everything that is to come from it. This is the end of the program. This is the end of the matrix. Or rather, is it the beginning of the next level of the matrix? You be the judge. Or maybe you are being judged. Do you know where you are? Do you know how you are? And we're back. Yes, AT. Are we still live? Looks like we have 4 viewers. Let me see if we're still live. Oh boy, what happened? Are we still live? I should, okay. We'll have to go and see what happened here with the YouTube. Okay. Looks like we are not live at present. We have to go here and go here and go here and go here, YouTube Studio.